Yeah, I did not want to film indoors, honestly. I wanted to go outside and do something about it, and I was really excited to do it when I was getting off of work. Since we're filming indoors today, I honestly couldn't figure out for the life of me what to talk about, because everything that I had planned for today just went out of the window. At this point, since I'm sitting indoors, I thought, I opened my laptop to get things sorted and perhaps think of some ideas and everything, and I noticed that the Final Cut Pro library from yesterday is still active. I have not deleted it yet. So I figured, I know it's a cliche. Yeah, it doesn't count as a vlog, but I'm labeling this as one because circumstances don't tell me before they arrive, okay? I'll put it that way. But I thought, why don't I show you how I edit my videos? I can just go through a summary of what I did in my last video and just adapt and improvise is what I wanted to say. So usually my video editing does not take any longer than, I'm gonna say, an hour 30 minutes at the worst. For a normal video, anywhere between 4 minutes to 10 minutes, because I use the very base level tools to edit. And that's where your creativity comes into play. You decide what to do in order to make things look creative. So the way I decided to do long ago when I first started making a video, I learned how to create my signature, which was nothing. I just typed down SK, but in, I think it was like Motion X, Apple's own software. And in that, I just kind of masked it and I just traced it off. Anyway, so that goes in. I use a bunch of free tools that are available to us, which includes the glitch title that I use to put in my daily vlog title. Nothing too special. Things of that nature are available in abundance out there. Then we move on to basically putting in some sort of intro. What I like to do is put in some sort of video clip that brings us into the video before the intro, signature, whatever actually shows up. It's up to you. If you want a signature, you can have a signature. If not, then it saves you time. And then we move on to continuing the video. What I like to do is continue with the same topic so it appears seamless. I think of all of that without even thinking about the music I'm gonna put in. All of that comes later. And then you go to places, and what do you do? Like, what kind of places do you want to find? That's all on you. That's on you because we all live in different places. The way I choose a spot to film for myself is the kind of places I would want to take a picture of myself around. Oh, I thought, hey, I'm going to that metal bridge over there, so that might be a good spot to get a picture at. Oh, that might also be a good spot to film around. Anything that arouses your own curiosity, film it. Do it for your own satisfaction. Moving on to, if you are interested in putting in some sort of slow motion B-roll or any sort of B-roll for that matter. It can be a normal paced B-roll or fast moving B-roll. Usually for fast moving B-rolls, it's better to kind of put in a bunch of jump cuts so that anything that can be easily implied is not just unnecessarily included into the video, is part of the same clip. And then we move on to slow motion stuff, drone shots. Yes, you will have to find that little balance of correlation between clips, right? So you need to find out, oh, this clip shows my camera moving to the right. It's either of two things. Either you have a more stabilized clip going after, or something that is moving in the same direction so it appears seamless as if it's part of one single clip. And this also brings us to music as well, because B-roll most of the time involves vibe matching music, right? If it's a slow moving B-roll, keep something chill. Yesterday, I did something different. I went with a relatively fast-paced music, but then there were portions in which there were like fast-paced beats, like, at one very short segment, within 1 second, they were like, and then I just had cut the clip to the point where it appeared as if it's moving with the music. That is what you want. Your B-roll should be moving with the music. Oh, another thing that I do when I bring in some B-roll, some slow motion shots, I bring in this letterbox effect, which is nothing but me just cropping the screen to a certain point. I'm putting in keyframes where it starts cropping at a certain point and it ends cropping at another. And what that does is kind of like makes it seamless. It's smoothly, like, kind of comes down like this. That's what we want. It makes it look cinematic. You can do it if you cannot, up to you. So you do that, and then you put in some sort of signature. If you notice my videos, my signatures are usually, the SK that comes in. My initials. Great. I have some sort of title. Right now, I'm using all glitch titles. Why? Because I want to differentiate my entire daily vlog playlist from my other vlogs that I used to make. So you do that, you put in some sort of signature. The way I do mine, I have a habit of saying, see ya, while I sign off. If you'll notice, a lot of times now my videos are ending with some sort of drone shots or some sort of slow motion B-roll. If that happens, you will see, like, it's a free title that is available on Final Cut Pro. It's an inbuilt one. It's called a knockout title that I just put in. So these are the kind of things that I usually do for my videos. And for color grading should not necessarily be a big problem for anyone. What I tend to do, I record my videos in a flat color profile, which I downloaded from third party. I say downloaded because I did not purchase it or anything. Things like these are like, someone should be able to provide some on the internet for free. Regardless of what editing software you're using, you should be perfectly fine. So I'm not gonna theme it on Final Cut Pro, but I'm gonna show Final Cut Pro because that's what I use. So I do that, and then sometimes you would be able to find some really great creators might be able to provide you with usually a generic teal and orange color scheme, which is like a universal thing that you can use for the most part. So you just apply that as a custom LUT to your video and just change the intensity to the point where you feel like, oh, that looks realistic, that looks perfectly fine. Okay, another very crucial thing that would definitely help you, adjustment layers. Yeah, because what adjustment layers do, from what I have experienced myself, I have very limited knowledge of all of this, so what I'm saying is from a newbie YouTube creator's perspective, I guess, right? And what that does is apply all of the effects that you want to be applied on all the videos or multiple video clips in a single sweep. You're able to do that in one go. So I put in the color grading on the adjustment layer, and that applies that color grading to all of my video clips that I have. This is something that has helped me through this entire daily vlogging journey of mine. We are close to completion at this point. I'm hoping the next few days do not include situations like these where I would have to stay at home and do all of this again. But I want to go out there. I want to explore. I want to film myself more. I did not mean for that to rhyme again, but the point still stands, right? Editing should not be something that you have to be stressed about. Editing only has to be what you want to express. And other than that, another thing. Props to Cody Warner. Again, a full-blown shout out. I learned it specifically from him. No need for unnecessary filler words. If you want to show yourself thinking, yeah, you can show your natural self where you're just going, what was the word? Oh, there it is. Yeah, you could do that. Well, anyway, I will see you tomorrow. See ya.